In one night, Johnny loses not once, but twice. That's fine. Johnny likes Rhea and plays nice. Next day, she's still solo in Vegas, but ready to meet Weirdo after his last gig. Hear his coffee-colored tone, watch his beautiful face lined in the battle scars of age. His last gig at the Pompeii on the night the Nobody takes aim. But Rhea's a no-show. Her colleague Mitch is late with a yen for popcorn shrimp. Rhea wants to pitch a fit, but Mitch's gut saves her from front row tragedy. Bozzy, Westerly, and Imani made it on time to the Pompeii. A first for Westerly, a night out at the Pompeii. You recognize him? The guy in the wheelchair, the hero who gets shot with the nobody? Westerly, short on hope, and yet he falls into Bozzy's arms. I'd kill for a cigarette. Next mornings are the hardest. Bozzy gets a phone call from an attorney. He's been set up for adoption by Westerly. He might be gone, but the Lord works in mysterious ways. Weirdo went missing that night at the Pompeii. Beside herself with grief, Rhea gets a mysterious phone message, someone reciting lyrics from a cool song. She meets up with a rough-looking guy who takes her into the underbelly of Vegas, the dark metropolis of heroin addicts, crack cocaine, down-and-outs, and the homeless seeking refuge from the ravages of desert living, where Weirdo is a pasha in a red underground palace en route to where he's going. He's leaving, getting out of who he is, and he wants Rhea to join him, escape to a private island, live outside the disproportion. Why? Isn't it obvious, Rhea? Her day is short, their day is long. Outside the Vegas coroner's office, Imani waits. Bozzy walks out with a plastic bag and a t-shirt. Yeah, some call it merch. They walk, and butterflies follow them. Imani admits that when her mother died, a monarch hovered just outside. They talk and laugh. Ah, sacred. Despite enduring the horrors committed by unhappy people, they are wrapped in the quiet solace of togetherness, but not for long. I can hold your hand and you can hold mine, Bozzy. But we can't take each other where we're going. You know that. I guess? Imani? Would you do me a favor? Would you hold my hand? Just a ways? Imani takes Bozzy's hand and the two of them walk up a long and nearly endless road. Gangsters read fiction. Gangsters like Johnny Carrera. But it's a private thing. JC is reading John K. when sidekick Vito interrupts him with bigger ideas, you know, outer space, doppelgangers, aliens, and Area 51. Johnny doesn't believe in what he can't see, but he'll let it ride, let Vito take him out of comfort zones into the bald outside of Vegas. Axe drives. He's Johnny's chauffeur and confidant. Not a job he wants, but He's got it. They drive a while till they hit an infinite fence of barbed wire. Just about then, the blue sky goes pitch. Johnny gets out, falls into a ditch. His axe pulls away. Fuck 'em! The universe, hearing Johnny shout, delivers an explosion, and Johnny's out. 2 hands are there to help him when he comes to, and who it was walks away before Johnny can say thank you. But the stretch limo reappears. Vito was crazy with fear, but before Johnny can give him a shake, Axe abruptly applies the brakes. A man stands in the middle of the freeway. He's dressed in a suit and holds a book. He gets in the front seat. Well, ain't that sweet for Axe? He knows he's beat. Only Vito argues with Johnny. Meanwhile, Johnny's stomach groans. I need to eat. It's an hour before they find a place in the middle of nowhere, a diner that looks like a bad movie. Inside, a sepia-toned dirge made up of 2 punks and a waitress named Ruby. Axe and Vito sit on either side of the punk at the counter. Johnny stands. These punks are trouble. Johnny can smell it. He tells the punk sitting at the counter he reminds him of Billy the Kid. Huh. The punk at the jukebox, we'll call him Jukebox Punk, warns Johnny not to touch the punk at the counter. Johnny puts his hand on the punk's shoulder and the punk shoves a gun in Johnny's gut. I see you got a snubby. Nice. Jukebox Punk moans. I told you not to touch him, dude. That's when the punk with the gun shoots. Ruby's been in it for too long. From under the counter, she grabs a .45, shooting the punk with the snubby right between the eyes. Execution style. Johnny orders bacon and eggs. He says to the dead punk, "You interrupted my story before your life went on skid. See, punk, it was a woman killed Billy the Kid." Then he shoots Jukebox Punk in the foot, just to teach him a lesson. "Ruby, you got some hooch? I might need to get drunk." The stranger asks Johnny why he spared Jukebox Punk. "Because life's a series of lessons. That's why you're here, right? You want to understand my mind. I am only looking. Can't do one without the other unless you're blind. What have you learned? I already know everything. Then you are ready to leave." "It ain't that easy," Johnny winces and holds his side. The stranger eyes Johnny, saying, "Perhaps we should take a walk. Let me give you a ride." What do you know? I travel out to buttfuck Nevada looking for aliens, and I wind up getting hit on by one. When Vito returns from the god-awful cleanup from both punks, he asks, "Hey, Axe, did a woman kill Billy?" "No, but a great last line." "Where's Johnny?" "Getting a life. He flew his cage." "Hey, Axe, that guy left his book. Read it." Okay. "Last page." "What do you see, John?" "A sign." Get out of here. He says the sign reads for a good time called Lorna. Keep reading. "Seriously, John, what lies ahead for humankind?" "My dearest, forthright, that's..." Now, you don't really expect me to give you the last line, but the divine in the preposterous? You think it's about finding love, but it's not. It's about remembering how to love. It's all we got.